Hola. Welcome to episode 66 of Word to Your Mama, but Relatives 13. That is correct, Relatives 13. Relatives, a podcast within a podcast, explores the true story of how a first-generation Mexican girl, that's me, and a Black girl, that's Nyysha, meet in South Bay, San Diego, and become relatives. We discuss Black and Brown unity, hip-hop, overcoming trauma, crazy movie-type moments, navigating life, and much more. Black and Brown unity por vida. This episode is the first episode of Relatives for 2022, so we discuss how it's been going so far. We talk about my trip with the SMB, the emotional trip back to our old hood in San Diego, Daygo 619. How Latinos are, well, probably not just Latinos, but mostly probably because of Latinos, are banned from barbecuing at the cemetery where my mom and mis abuelitos and my entire family are buried right now. We visit the famous Oasis Ice Cream Parlor that I talk about all the time. We'll have a link to that. And then Nyysha talks about being one of the only Black kids at her Catholic school in the barrio. And then we get into the nitty gritty. We talk about our favorite Mexican candies, with or without lead. Who's to say? It's just a lot of mouth-watering moments. And we also talk about the new invention that Nyysha is going to try and report back of the sugar-free chamoy. So yeah, that's our episode coming up. And then the Supernatural Bear will do a little something. I believe he's talking about some of his favorite Mexican candies and how he likes his fruit the Mexican way. But before I start, I want to give a huge shout out to someone that has donated, a recent donation. And I'm talking about Mireya Guerrero. Gracias, Mireya. She is a tribe sister from Inspired Action Tribe, and she's a huge supporter. She listens to the episodes, and she gave us a donation. So I definitely wanted to start off the episode by saying muchísimas gracias. Thank you for helping us keep this afloat. Thank you for believing and supporting in what we do here with supporting diverse voices and everything else. I see you, I hear you, and muchísimas gracias. Shout out to Mireya Guerrero. So yeah, let's get into this.
But today's a holiday.
Oh yeah, today's a holiday. I forgot. MLK
Martin Luther.
Martin Luther King. That's right. It's crazy because I had to explain to the Supernatural Bear how he died. I was like, he was assassinated. And he was like, what? Why? Who? And then I was like, he just asked me and I was just like, well, the government. And he was like, what? And I was like, well...
Oh my goodness.
And I was like thinking, shit, I can't, this is too big of a thing. And then I found myself saying, yeah, and then in the same year, Robert Kennedy got assassanated too. He was like, what? I was like, I know.
It
was crazy times and
oh my goodness.
And then I was like earlier it was his brother, the president. And I was just like, yeah, it was just a lot.
Yeah, the whole Kennedy family is a lot.
It's a lot. But yeah, man, to tell him, just wait till we get into that shit. So right. Yeah, really, it's I think this will be out in January, but it might come out in February, so in a couple of weeks. But how is your 2022 going so far? We made it.
We made it. And we made it COVID free. So
yeah. Knock on the woods, because it's at our doors again.
Well, I'm not answering. Shit, fuck that. I almost said something I shouldn't have, but no. We ain't answering the door. I try to be respectful to all people, so yeah, we ain't answering the door. That always reminds me of Friday when they come to the door, knocking on the door. She's like, you half-dead motherfuckers. So funny. But 2022, good start. Hey, no complaints. Work is good. Life is good. Hey, kids are good. All my loved ones are good.
Nice.
A lot of people have been getting the the COVID, the Rona. Well, it's not the Rona no more. It's the
Omicron.
Omarion.
Omarion. Yeah.
Omarion. So that it hit hard with my surroundings, but I stayed healthy.
Got it.
Yeah. You know, it's like every day I feel like I'm in the Matrix dodging motherfucking COVID just because it's just ridiculous in the state. But I just got to be careful. Got to be careful. But I'm chilling other than that.
Okay. And then mine, I don't know. It's been really stressful and hectic already. And I'm just like,
No.
okay. All right. I see you.
Work-wise?
Yeah, a bunch of different things. Like a bunch of different things. But we're here. We're alive. That's what I just keep saying. Like, we're alive, and
for sure,
we got the essentials. So that's all that matters. Okay, so and on our last episode of the year, we were talking about how the supernatural bear and I were going to go to. So wait, you're sideways, but I'm not sideways though. Am I sideways?
You're good.
Oh, okay.
You regular. I don't know.
We're talking about how we did our little, like, you know, important trip to Daygo's 619.
Yes. Oh, what a trip. Nice.
Yeah, so we did the trip, and the trip was great. And when we're driving, we weren't even the part where I usually drive because we're going this other way because we're coming from out here in the desert, right? So we're going this other way. And I was just like, ugh. And I don't know I forgot what playlist I was playing. And then for some reason, it was like I forgot the which exact track, but it was like an old Cure song. And I was like, started bawling. And I was like, I started crying because I was like, just thinking about like the weight of the trip. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to go here and I'm going to take the supernatural bear to my own stopping grounds. And like, it's always like traumatic for me. And then I'm also going to see my cousin who we were super tired. I haven't seen her in like 28 years. And like, it was just like levels of shit. Right.
Yeah.
And so I was like driving and I was like, I don't want him to freak out. So I was like, hey, mijo, I just want to let you know, like, there might be a lot of tears. He goes, no, he's like, I understand, Mom. And then he's like, so I go, but you know. So, but we were going to go to that place, Cocina 35, which is in downtown Daygo. It's in downtown Daygo that Purds, J-Ru, this artist, good friend of mine, recommend. He's like, oh my God, you have to go. All they do is chilaquiles. So I was like, cool, we'll go. I'll pick him up. Be surprised for Supernatural Bear. Pick up the chilaquiles. And some, agua frescas, and then we'll go and we'll do the picnic at the thing. Remember we talked about last episode where Rocket was like, you're going to picnic at the cemetery? I was like, do you know Mexicans? Do you know Latinos? So,
you.
Yeah. And so we did that. And let me just say, we were unimpressed. Even the Supernatural Bear was like, So, and I was like, well, never again. They weren't bad, but they weren't that good. And they were expensive. Do you know what I mean?
Really?
Because they were like, it's like the hipster place to go. I mean, it's Latino owned and everything, but it was like a lot of people waiting. You could wait for like an hour and a half, 2 hours, but I ordered ahead of time. So anyways, unimpressed.
Was it, you were unimpressed because you took it to go, or
no,
you think it would have
even
been better?
there, I would have been unimpressed. The flavor profiles, the salsas, it's like, and I was telling my friend, he goes, what did you think? I was like, unimpressed. He was like, what? And I was like, because he's Taiwanese. And I was like, dude, you probably get, he's like, because he was telling me like, because I love eggs and da-da-da-da-da. And he loves quality food, right? Like quality food. And I was like, I think you haven't had quality chilaquiles.
Yes.
He has quality Mexican, but chilaquiles is his own special thing. So I was like, he lives in El Monte. And I was like, you can walk down the street and I'm sure you're going to get 20 times better chilaquiles than this joint. And so anyways, so we go to the cemetery and then the Supernatural Bears is like, well, how come he kind of started crying because I was like, oh, this is your abuelita and the picture. We're in a cemetery. It's a whole thing.
Yes.
And I was like, he's like, why aren't you crying? And I was like, I don't know. I go, I don't cry when I come here. It's super peaceful. It's like a beautiful park with a beautiful view.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I feel like, I don't know. Like, I know she's not like her physical body. Like whatever's left is in there, probably nothing. But I was like, so I know she's not in there. This is kind of like just a respectful thing. And then I was like, oh, we just walk over here and here's my abuelitos and here's my tío. And I was like, it's kind of sad, but I guess I'm used to it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like a group of motherfuckers in one spot.
Like, kicking it.
You know, like, and so he was like, oh, okay. And so as we're like eating and, you know, and stuff, he was like, oh, he's like, no, he's like, I get it. I understand. And it was cute. We took, you know, pictures and stuff.
Pictures were cute.
We were cleaning and everything. And then we went to go look for my bio on my bio dad's side. You know what I'm saying? My nana, who I kind of remember. So we went to the office, you know, we were wearing masks and stuff. And then we asked, the information I was given was wrong, basically.
From who? Your peoples?
From that side. Yeah, quote unquote peoples.
So you can make sure the quotes are together. Your peoples.
Yeah. What? So my peoples. Yeah, like they're like, oh, this is her name, and this.
You think
is when
they try to
born.
they try to shake you?
No, they fucking didn't know. Like I think it was like telephone, because when I talked to a homeboy later, I was like, it's the wrong year. You don't know your mom's birth. He goes, no, I know it, but she got the wrong date, and I was like, whatever. So, anyways. We went and we asked the lady, and she was super nice. And she was like, let me look in the back. And she was like, we don't have anyone with that name listed like that, but we have someone was born, instead of 1905, was born in 1903. And I was like, I go, what? She died in 98? She's like, yeah. And I go, I think that's her. So she's like, do you want us to take someone with you to go to the mausoleum to find it? I was like, no. I go, it's an adventure for my son and I. Dude, that place. Have you been in the mausoleum?
Not the full throttle, just like a little portion of it.
It is like 4 stories.
What?
Yeah, it is 4 stories. We had to go to the lower floor. You enter the lower
bodies.
Floor.
That's crazy.
Dude, like, and it's really pretty in the middle. It's like an atrium with the, you know, it's like, it's crazy. And Supernatural Bear was like, it's like a park in here. I was like, I know. And I was like, that is really big. And we couldn't find it because she gave us the wrong directions.
Oh,
but I was like, it has to be in here. We'll just go the opposite way that she didn't tell us. So anyways, we found it, took pictures, you know, and stuff like that. So that was cool. And then I took them to our old neighborhoods.
Yes. And isn't it so different?
Looks shitty. It looks run down and
that's
shitty.
What I said when I went home in last December 2020. I was like, what? Everywhere that I would go, like where I grew up, my street, my old street, Amanda Street, just everywhere. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I was telling the Supernatural Bear, I was like, it isn't.
It looked poor as fuck.
It looked like there were times where I was poor as fuck. I go, but this neighborhood wasn't poor as fuck.
It wasn't looking like that though.
It looked nice. Like it looked nice and clean, and I was just like, ooh, bad. Man, I took him to the front of. I showed you the pictures in front of the, our junior high, and you just took them all around. I was like, this is where I used to walk to elementary. And I was like, ooh, mijo. I go, I didn't look like this. I go, it looked way better.
Right. I think they're just giving so much money, or I don't know about giving, but they're just not focused on all of San Diego. They're just focused on like downtown and those other parts where it's like even those parts that where we lived and our stomping grounds, they were not shitty. They were good parts.
It was like mixed too. Like remember you had the people that lived in the house. Even when I passed by junior high and I went to those houses, even those houses look run down now.
And they were nice back
They
in the
used
day.
to be like real nice, like, oh shit, they live in those houses. They're like they got money,
little
bit of money,
a little
change, right? And yeah, it looked shitty. So I was just like, ooh, sad. I was like sad about that, but I was fine. And so yeah, I think it helped me so much to have the Supernatural Bear because he was just in amazement, like, oh my god. And I was like, oh, that's the house I grew. One of the houses, the last house I grew up in. I go, that was my window.
You passed your old place?
Yeah. So check this out. Check this shit out. So we're at the cemetery and I hit up my brother, my younger brother, who has a different father, and we're kind of estranged, right? And he never texts me back, right? But I text him and I was like, hey, Supernatural Bear and I, we're at the cemetery cleaning up mom's thing. Question, 2 questions. Are you there? Because I was going to take him by the old neighborhood. And are you vaccinated? right?
Oh,
Those are the
because
questions.
he's at the old
He's at the
house.
house again because
Oh,
he got
because his dad
separated.
owns that house.
Yeah, and it got separated, right, from his
Gotcha.
baby's mama. So he's been back at the house. So I was just like I was like, we were just gonna drive by. Like, yo, we're not gonna like I don't want to impose, like it's last minute, but like, are you vaccinated? Like he could come say hi to your nephew
Yes.
that you haven't seen since he was like 2-3 years old, you know? And immediately he texted me back and he was like, I'm not home right now. And he's like, and I'm vaccinated. And I was like, oh, cool. I was like, is blah, 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 his baby's mama. I was like, he's like, but the kids aren't. And it was, I was on the weekend. He has them like on the weekends or every other weekend. He's like, and the kids aren't. And I was like, what about, your baby's mama? And he was like, I don't think so. Like, if she is. And I was like, because she's highly religious. And I was like, oh yeah, she's probably not. And I was like, okay, cool. So when I'm taking them from like Palm, we get off on Main and we go down like that. And I take them all around over there. And then we go towards my elementary school. And then we cross Coronado to my street, 27th Street, right?
Right.
Motherfucker's there.
But he said he wasn't home.
Yeah, because I was like, because he's like depressive and stuff like that. So I was just like, I get it. He probably doesn't want to see us.
We have to
go. And then I was telling the Supernatural Bear, I go, oh, it looks like he's there. He's like, oh. And I was like, I don't think he wants us there, me help, because I told him, da-da-da. So we just drove by, right?
Right.
And then we had to drive by again to leave. And I was like, oh, that was my room. That window right there.
Right. Okay.
That
and window.
And that was it. And so we kept going. And then we went to amazing Oasis.
Yes. Yes. How was it?
So remember their scoops used to be little? They were like little scoops. They were like little scoops.
Okay.
So for like the longest time, since the last time I was there, the scoops were little. It was like, so that's why I would always tell people 2 scoops of strawberry and 1 scoop of lime. But now their scoops are regular scoops. So it was a grip. But like I wanted to buy paletas to take to my cousin's house, and it was the son of the señor, and I had a chance to tell him, I was like, hey, I go my family, da 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 da. And they hooked it up. They're like, we'll put these, tell us which ones you want, and then we'll put them in the super duper freezer, so they'll be hella frozen, like extra frozen for you to take them to your cousin. Because I was like, she lives like 25 minutes from here, like in La Mesa. He's like, yeah. So that was good. And then so I was like, this is a true test. I was telling him, I was like, this is his first time, da. And Supernatural Bear was doing dances. He was like, I got pictures of him looking like it was just hurting his soul how good it was.
That's good. That is still good.
It's still good as fuck. So if you are in Imperial Beach, South Bay, San Diego, make your way to Oasis Ice Cream Parlor.
Definitely gonna have to go.
And they still have the one mural with they have a new mural now on the other side, but they have this. I go telling the young girl, she was like, I don't know, 15, 16 working in there. I was like, this has been on this wall since I was his age. I was like,
That's
she was like,
crazy.
really? I was like, no, been on this wall. It's amazing. I'm just so happy it's still there. Also, a note, a hot tip, they still only take cash.
Oh, okay. That's a good tip. That's a good tip.
So bring a bunch of cash, because we had to walk down to the Rite Aid. There's an ATM. So cash only. So they need a bigger sign that says that on the wall, on the window. But still good, dude. Still amazing. So next time you make it out,
Oasis it is.
Oasis it is. Oasis it is. So we went to my cousins, and I was telling her about like how Rocket was like, oh, you BBQ, because I was telling Supernatural Bear, I was like, look it over there, see, we're not the only ones picnicking. They got umbrellas and chairs and stuff over there,
right?
You know what I'm saying? They got little windmills and pinwheels. Like everyone's decorated. Like I go, it's crazy. I go, it's crazy. I go, but let it be like a holiday or something special. It's crazy.
It's on. It's a party.
So I was telling my cousin, and she was rolling. She goes, oh yeah, just recently they put a new rule that you can't barbecue there anymore, because people were straight barbecue.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
They're going to try to burn up the whole cemetery.
They were doing it big. They're like, fuck it, let's let's
Carne
bring the
asada.
BBQ carne asada to the Theos, to the Tias. And so I was dying.
Wow,
so I had to tell Rocco,
Rocco.
I was like, oh, they just made, I go, you think we were picnicking? Motherfucker was trying to BBQ.
We were just having a little function. They was having a,
Yeah.
as the kids say, they was having a kickback. They call it that now. A kickback.
But we used to call it that too.
No, we called it a function. Well, we called it a function. I don't know.
No, back in the days, like, oh, he's having a kickback.
We said that?
Yeah, like junior high, like, oh, it's just a kickback. Like, it's not a party. We're just chilling.
We're kicking it.
We're kicking it. Like,
bruh, I didn't know we said that.
Yeah, we said kickback back. That's why when there's one artist that we like, he's hella young. He has a song called Kickback. I was like, oh, kickback. Like back in the days.
I thought we said function. Well, we still say function.
We still say function, but like, a kickback when we're younger. So I wanted to, talking about how shitty our neighborhoods looked or whatever. I wanted to go back. We talked about how you going to the all girls Catholic school. You were like one of.
It was not all girls.
Why do I think that? Why do I think that?
I do not know.
Why do I always think that?
It was not all girls, but it was Catholic school nonetheless.
I swear, every time I think, oh yeah, no, I went to the all girls Catholic school.
No way.
Hilarious.
Oh man.
Hilarious.
No, yes or no, it was not that.
Well, the co-ed Catholic school. So the co-ed Catholic school, you were exposed to Mexican culture.
Day one, baby. Day one. It's weird. Okay. So I grew up Black people, but of course seeing Mexican, but my neighborhood was kind of, it was definitely diverse. And it's funny because I talked to some of the neighborhood homies not too long ago, and we were talking about we were on like a dual call, and it was like 6 of us.
Ooh.
And we were reminiscing about back in the day. So, we on our block, it was predominantly Black, but we had some white people, some Mexican people, some, Asian, whatever. But my school was definitely in the barrio, for sure. So, and I went there since kindergarten. So day one, I was exposed.
So you're exposed to the food, to the candy. So I want to talk about the candies.
Ooh,
so
the dulces.
The dulces, exactly. So what were your favorite ones? Just talking about shit makes my mouth water.
My mouth started watering like,
I know. I got to get this napkin at the ready.
Man, right? Like, ugh. So my favorites, I had so many saladitos. And then to this day, when I ask people, like when I go in different places, oh, do you have saladitos? They're like, I'm like, you don't know aren't you Mexican? You don't know what saladitos? And I have to think, okay, is that just like a Tijuana thing? Because I know, certain things could be for certain parts of Mexico. So I'm thinking it is because out here, there's Mexican people, but they're from like Guadalajara and central Mexico, Mexico City. And then I'm like, saladitos, and they looking at me like, and I have to Google it to show them because
I don't really see saladitos I'm not in the hood markets.
Right.
But, because you're right. Maybe it is a regional thing because even if you go to a regular market in San Diego,
saladitos.
no, you see saladitos.
Oh,
like they got a Mexican, they got a little section of Mexican shit, of Mexican candies and Mexican things. So they're always saladitos. You're right. So maybe it is a regional thing.
Yeah. So I'm finding that out as an adult. So funny. But like saladitos were my favorite. The super salty ones, the
Chile
juicy ones,
the juicy ones.
Ooh, the chile. I forgot about the chile one.
The juicy ones with the chile juice.
We're relaunching the Cove Collective Book Club in March 2022. It'll be a membership-based virtual book club for women of color where we'll have seasonal meetups, digital book discussion guides, author Q&As, downloadable resources, and much, much more. Pay $49 per quarter every 3 months or $149 when you pay for the year up front. Head to our website, covecollective.ca, to sign up for the waitlist.
Forget about it.
So many different kinds, but pico pico,
Pico pico.
the tamarindo.
Yeah.
I can go on and on and on.
Now,
that pelon, that came out later.
Those were good. So it looked like that the Play-Doh thing where you squeeze to make the
Squeeze it
hair.
down. Yes, that pelon.
Because it looked like a bald head, like a pelon, and then you
Yes.
squeeze it and the hair comes out, but it's that tamarindo chile thing. What about the vero mangoes?
The lollipops?
Yeah.
But I like the corn
elote,
ones.
The elote ones. Those are good too. I love them both. But I'm about to make your mouth water. So I was on TikTok the other day.
Oh, Lord.
No, it was Twitter, and someone was like, "Do you remember this?" or something, or if you know what this is, or if you remember this, you had a great childhood. Nah. Oh my God, I'm not wondering. It was just a picture of someone holding an orange with a big ass
saladito in the middle. Yo, I used to come home and I would find the biggest saladitos, the saltiest or the chile ones, and just mush it in the orange. Girl, I tried to put it in a lemon before. Oh my God. Don't do that. Don't do that.
You know, my cousin Jerry and I, back in the days, we would get oranges and squeeze the orange juice and put it in 2 cups and then put like 2 or 3 saladitos in there. Doing the most.
Oh my gosh. That is, ooh. Yes,
See?
for sure. For sure. And the chile saladitos inside of a pickle.
Oh, I never done that.
Girl.
That sounds real good.
That thing is good. That thing good right there. Oh, the things we do. The things we do. But I had so many favorite candies. Do you remember in 9th grade when we had a girl who sold candy?
Of
and
course.
we would meet her in the bathroom?
Of course.
Yeah, I would always get the tamarindo, like the pinwheel, the roll.
Oh, I love that. So good.
Those are so
But do you
fucking
remember
good.
the Filipino tamarindos? It would be literally tamarindo, like a real tamarindo thing on a stick, and it had sugar on it.
Ooh, I never had
And
that one.
it was wrapped up in I think Jenna Lynn sold them sometimes.
Probably.
Because I bought the Lupia stuff from the Chopal from her.
Yes.
But they were always wrapped in like a clear yellow cellophane. And it was a
Ooh.
stick, and it was super good because you're actually eating
Never
like the
had
tamarindo,
that.
like the tamarindo. My favorites were any chamoy, the red chamoy.
Yes, I cannot find that today.
Me
I mean,
neither.
the liquid one I have, but the one in the pack
The
where
one
you're
in little
like
pouches, because I think it's illegal. I think they had lead.
lead. It had lead in it. Yes. Yes.
We were eating lead like it was nothing.
That's why we strong.
That's why we're fucked up and strong.
I remember the paletas with the saladito in the middle.
Yes, I remember that. You're just like trying to get to it, like, ugh. Well, why you teasing me? Why you teasing me?
Yes.
Also, chaka chakas.
Chaka chaka, baby. I like that chaka chaka. Oh my God. Where are those? And
I think those are lead too, and they don't.
Yeah. Some of the candies like don't exist anymore. And some taste different.
They
like
taste
the pico
different.
pico. I don't like the pico pico.
Yeah.
Maybe because it doesn't have lead in it.
Maybe lead is like the MSG of our time.
I think so. But oh man, so many good candies. But yeah, I grew up straight from out the gate Mexican culture. Like we would have carnivals at my school. So you know the whole
Neighborhood.
Diocese or whatever. What is it called? I don't know. The Catholic
Diocese.
Mexican, and the whole church was just ran off of like contributions from the students in just the Mexican neighborhood.
Yeah.
And we would have carnivals. Would love the carnivals because we'll have like the cake walks, and then we made the things called coscarones. Do you remember those? I think it's called coscarones. So it's an egg, and they take out the yolk.
Oh,
but then
yeah.
they fill it with confetti.
Yes.
And then you pop it on the head.
Yes.
Grew up with that shit. Like we would love it. Like It would be like a weekend, like a Saturday, Sunday festival once a year at my school. It was just fun shit,
I bet you the food that they sold there was on motherfucking point.
Girl, always. Because, everything was brought in. And we would have potlucks at school. And that's when I knew I hated horchata.
Me too.
Fucking hate horchata. Like, because someone's parent would be making it. And so the kid, whoever it was, would bring a jug, like a old milk gallon full of horchata. No thanks. Bring me that Jamaica, bruh, but not that horchata.
Jamaica or tamarindo all day.
Tamarindo, yes, for sure.
But horchata, no thanks.
It's horrible.
I'm cool. I pass.
Yeah, I still don't like it.
Yeah, so I just wanted to touch upon that because it made me just going to Daygo and, just talking about all the things. So what I will do is I will talk to my cousin because she goes to, I hope this isn't, can you hear that?
No.
Oh, I was getting a phone call. My cousin she bought those $100 and something pass. So when you cross the border, you can come back quick, but you have to, it's like $100 and something per person. And if you have someone in the car that doesn't have that pass, they have to get out. To
the back you go.
you have to get out. So I was like, what do you, because she was like, oh, you need to come back and you need to come and stay a couple of days. Cause when we get the taste, we just go to Tijuana for the food. I was like, oh my God, that would be amazing. She's like, I also want to I want to witness the supernatural bear being in Tijuana for the first time. I was like, oh, he's going to go crazy. Cause it's like an imaginary line and you're in like.
Did you go down to the border? Dude, it's so different.
No, I haven't. So that's the next trip. That's the next trip.
It's like, it don't even look the same. Like I went to the exit before, like, like with the outlets and stuff. Then I was like, oh yeah, because we can go over, this ain't the way. Like they built like these fences. It's different.
Oh, wow.
It looks modern, but it's super different. So my sister and brother-in-law, whenever they go out of town, they fly to Mexico.
Because cheaper.
They go down like, not right Tijuana, but they go down a little bit. Then they go to some airport there. And yeah, like when they fly like to Bahamas or wherever, something out of country. Yep, they go there. It's like $400 or $500 cheaper.
Yeah, significantly cheaper. For sure. So when we were, she's like, she has a pass. And so I was like, she's like, so what happens when we come down? She's like, when I have like my other cousin and her kids come, then we drop them off and they do it by foot because that's quicker than the car, right?
Sure, that's smart.
And then we just wait for them on the other side.
Oh, that's smart.
Anyway, she goes all the time. So I'm gonna ask her, can you find
some lead filled
chaka-chakas and lead filled chamoys?
Oh my gosh, smuggle
that shit.
Oh my god!
Because I want to see if they just don't exist anymore. Maybe they're just like, fuck it, we're not gonna make it.
They probably do exist, but they can't do it because all the FDA and all that shit these days.
Maybe they're still available there. Because a chaka-chaka right now would be amazing.
Man. I love the candies. I have a thing full of candies and like people just don't understand. So I when I used to work at the other store, I have a coworker, Mexican, and her name's Chola. Well, I call her Chola. And so I would always like when I have dulces, I bring it to her. She'll be like that's when she knew. That's when she knew.
She knew.
She could fucks with me.
Kindred spirits.
Yeah.
That you were down and you were knowing.
I was knowing. I brought her the what is it? I want to say they're called rosas, but they're the peanut butter.
I hate those things.
I hate those. And she loves them. So I go to this one store where it's like, I think they buy pallets and then you can just buy stuff. It's kind of cheap. So they had a box of rosas, 50 cents.
Shut up.
And they have the pelons, like a bag of pelons, $1.
Do they taste the same?
To me.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, that's
kind of simple. I love the peanut buttery taste. I love that.
I hate those. I've always hated those as a kid.
So yeah, when I brought them to her, she was like, I just put in her locker. I let her figure it out. And then she's all, you gave me those dulces? I was like, you know it. She's all, I love it. Because I gave her that with the pelons, with all kind of candy. She was just going crazy. A little taste of home,
That's amazing. Whenever, I haven't gone into a grocery store in a long time. But when I do and I go pass by the little Mexican section, I get some elotes, some vero
Love them.
elotes, and
love
the
'em.
supernatural brother loves them. His
Yes.
mouth, he goes, when he sees, I go, look what I got. I go,
Hilarious. I have some chamoy in the container.
oh,
I put it like on chips. Yeah.
There's on Tip
Salty.
Top. There's a. I'm gonna send it to you. She made a sugar-free chamoy.
Ooh.
She just started it. It's not cheap, but maybe it lasts a long time because she just like started selling it like at mid last year because her dad is diabetic. And you know they ain't trying to. If you're listening to this and you're of color in a certain generation, and then your parents are told they can't eat shit, they're still gonna fucking eat it.
Yes.
Because they don't know how not to. Like, it's so hard for them, right?
For sure.
So you tell this like 50, 60-year-old man that he can't eat the shit that he loves, and he loves chamoy.
And he grew up with? Come on.
She figured it out and made, so he's super cute. He's all in the videos. He's like putting it on like pepinos
Everything.
and put it on everything. He's like, and because she started on, on the Tip Top, it's blown up. And she's like, oh my God, thank you so much. It's like boxes and boxes. It's like $11.
Wow.
I think it's called I Love Chamoy.
That's not bad. $11. I mean,
It's a bottle. I forget how many ounces. And I was like, I wonder if it tastes good. So I want someone to buy it and
let's
tell
order
me.
it.
I'll send you the
order it.
thing.
Yeah, I'll
send you
definitely
the
order
thing and tell me if it's good.
Yes,
because
we'll do a
if you
comparison.
can have the flavor, but it's a little healthier for you. It's a win-win.
Definitely.
It's a win-win.
Yeah, because today's my first day start. I'm like, I got to get back to basics because your girl's getting a little chunky around the waist. So I've seen a few people my age, a little older, and I was impressed. So, and I know I could do it. I just need to focus. I've been out of focus, COVID and
That's crazy.
all the shit that comes with.
Yeah.
But you know what? This is it. I'm about to look good this summer. I might not look how I want to 100%, but
changes. Changes are coming. Changes are coming.
I see it ahead. Changes are coming for sure. So it's a new year, and the year is going by swiftly per usual, and it's all good so far. So good. I need a few things to happen, but in due time, I'm gonna just kick back, enjoy this process, and hey, that's all we could do.
All right, Belly. All right, I see you.
I'm gonna look for some Mexican candies on now. I have some in my kitchen, but I kind of throw them out after no one touches them for about 5 months. So
yeah,
time for some new ones. I order on Amazon actually.
Well, let me know the prices because I know that there's a place over here by this vegan place. It's like in a Executive Park. Like a what those. So it's like their places here, and right next, I was like, what? Ice cream paletas. I was like, let me go in here, and it's just like shelves of Mexican candies. So I want to see how much it is. I just kind of peeped in, but I can go and see what they're talking about, and then I could send you some.
Yeah, well, we have a lot of places out here.
Oh, so you're good. You're good.
Some stores, some little, I want to say bodegas, but
Yeah.
So, and they have candies, but no saladitos. It's crazy. I need to find saladitos.
I'm gonna if I find saladitos. Like good ones, because they might have like the chile. I'll send you those. I haven't had that in a long time.
The ones that were in the juice were called like Ole.
Yes, that brand. Yes.
That thing, we sucking the juice out.
And you know what? I always think of that because the Ole plastic was hella thick.
Yes, that plastic was thick, boy.
It was like super thick plastic. The bags.
So fucking good.
True. So
big clown.
Have you, because this wasn't, I don't remember this being around when we were kids, but have you had over there, because we haven't been on Cali for a long time, but do they have instead of candied apple, it's a chamoy chile apple?
I just fainted.
She just fainted, folks.
Oh, Lord, what Jesus, help me. Oh, my God.
Nice. I think the G's introduced me to this. My mouth is watering again. So, green apple.
What?
A green apple on a stick. Then they put chamoy with the tamarindo stickiness stuff. And then they let that dry. And then they roll it in the chili.
Tajin.
Yes, girl.
Glory.
And then you slice it. Then you to eat it properly and to get the full thing, you have to. I haven't had one in a long time, and now I have to look to see if there's one around here in the desert. And then you cut it. You have to take it off the stick and cut it, or else you're gonna get like all over your face. But you cut. I like to cut it in slices so I could eat it. And it's just that. And then you look and you see on the side view, the cross section is just, a thick layer, a nice thick layer of chamoy and tamarindo and tahini. It is. Ugh.
So, okay, remember, I don't know if you saw that I bought all of those, like, it's like a chamoy configuration that I bought from these young ladies out of LA, because I have a friend who's a teacher in LA. I know her from Japan, and she's a teacher in LA, and she teaches like in urban schools. And one of her students on the weekend, her and her sister have a business. Like they do that. They go like to little swap meets of sorts, and they just sell their stuff. Dude, I was like, put me on. She's like, oh, I don't know, maybe she'll do this, maybe she'll do that, because it's just local. And so she's like, just DM her. So I DM'd the girl, and I was like, I'll make it worth your while. I just bought $100 worth. Like, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give them away, like, because I have some friends out here who, they're on that tip.
Yeah.
So I think it was like, it's a little container. I wish I could get it right now, but I have some in my fridge. So it's a container, nice size. And I think each one was like $6 or $8. So I bought a lot. Like, okay, if I buy 10, that's $100.
Yeah.
Bought them. They came. She gave me free shipping. And it was a real cool deal. And she was just like, oh my God, thank you. I can't believe you're in Florida. You sent me, girl. So I'm thinking, if I roll the apple in that.
Come on, man. I'm going to find the recipe, the recipe. I'm going to find the recipe and send it to you. You make these.
Yes.
Or maybe there's a place out there that does that, but I don't know if that's also regional too, right?
I'm feeling like they fake Mexican out here. I don't know what they doing, but they don't be doing. They did not understand the assignment.
when I send you photos of this shit, when I send you video of this shit, you're gonna want to make it. You're gonna want to make it.
Yeah, I'm gonna make it. Forget that. And I want to taste this girl's other one. So
I'm gonna send you. I think it's called I Love Chamoy, and then I'm gonna send you videos of this. I'm gonna try to find a recipe for you to make those apples, and then tell me once you get it down so that I can make them.
Pictures, videos to come for sure. Make sure you put that on here too.
Yeah, I will, because it's gonna make your mouth water.
I love it. So yeah, I was definitely introduced to Mexican culture early on. Sorry. I forgot I was on this. I forgot I was on this. Ice. Oh my gosh. I'm all thirsty, but I ran out of water. So, but, just, I feel like that's just my life. It's just how I am and how I grew up. Mexican, like, people don't understand. So it's crazy when people come around and they're like, oh, this and that. And I'm like, oh, I know. Boop, 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 boop. And they're like, oh, you really do know. Yeah, bitch, I'm Mexican.
Yeah, and it's vice versa, because at such a young age, since junior high, before we talked about it here, like Miss Sherelle and Lynette, like I was exposed to the whole other world, which I think helped me to understand and, just have more knowledge and facts, when I was like, oh, it's a whole another hair situation.
Right.
Being exposed to, and then being, you really helped me, I just learned a lot, and, I don't know, just different.
Just the cultural exchange of it all.
Yeah, definitely. And I think we are better for it on so many levels. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Yeah. So yeah, I was just thinking about the whole trip, made me think about our childhood again, and just, it was a great trip, dude. Like, her and I seeing each other, my cousin and I, after 28 years, it was like no time had passed. We're just like looking at each other and seeing how different we look. We look the same, but just older, and
right.
And her kids embraced the supernatural bear. It was super cute. Like, it was just. It felt good. It felt comfortable. It felt
I'm sure it was needed, Definitely.
It was healing for both. And we're excited to do it again. We had planned to go back out, but, the numbers are crazy. We don't want to to fuck around and find out. So we're just keeping it safe. But I talked to her, we text here and there, and we just, just keep abreast of like what's happening and stuff. And it was super cute. It was super cute. And she lives in La Mesa. And I was telling the Supernatural Bear, I was like, I've never really been out here. And she lived in the hills.
Girl, we was in La Mesa a lot.
Were we? But not this La Mesa. This was like really nice in the hills, really nice houses and stuff.
Okay.
And when we're driving up, it reminded us a lot of, remember our place in the Dons? It was like that in LA. Same.
Yes.
Like same.
Nice.
I mean, it was white people, but instead of, black and brown people. But I mean, it was nice houses and stuff. Excuse me. So, yeah, it was nice, man. It was really great. Seeing her.
I'm glad he got to go to San Diego at this age,
Well, he remembers.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm saying at this age so he can remember.
Oh, gotcha.
Where
Yes.
he can remember, so he can remember.
And then he could go a little more and more and just be like, okay, that's my mom's from, blah, blah. Yeah.
Can you imagine his face? Because I was telling my cousin, I was like, it's going to be crazy because, Supernatural Bear's kind of bougie. It's going to be crazy.
Aren't they? Oh, these damn kids,
These
boy.
kids, they got it way better. When we cross the border and we drive into Tijuana, he's going to go crazy. He's going to be like, I don't know if he's going to be afraid.
I'm afraid. Shit. So, yes, he going to be afraid. Be like, what the hell? We going into Mexico. Mexico. Yeah. Dude, like, we used to go to Mexico easy. Oh, we're going to go to Rosarito. Easy. Oh, we're going to go to easy.
Easy. Tijuana to the clubs. Easy.
We're doing the most, bro. I was just telling someone about that shit. It's crazy.
Yeah. And we used to do the same thing like that she does now, but with those passes, but we didn't need those passes. Like Anthony and Kristen and us, we just, man, we're hungry. Let's go get tacos. Let's go to Tijuana and get tacos.
Oof, I want that right now.
Like nothing. Like
I want that right now.
Oh, I miss that shit. So yeah, so that's kind of just how I want to start the year. Reminisce, talk about the SD trip, and talk about our favorite Mexican candies.
Yes, for sure. There's so many. It's ridiculous. So many Mexican candies, foods. I have a lot of memories about just growing up Mexican. Because I used to have to walk from school to my mom's job. And like, bruh, that's crazy. I was walking. It was kind of far. I mean, for a little girl with a Catholic school uniform on.
Yeah.
I used to get catcalled a little bit, but perverts. But at the same time, I started learning how to take like little shortcuts so you don't really be seen. It was like you had to think of this shit early on.
Yeah. No.
So I would always make sure I had my monies because it was two liquor stores, one on each side. So I would contemplate like, so I wouldn't go to the one on the left too much because all like the winos hung out there and like the men. So I would go to the other one, and then the guy knew me at that one. And he'll just, right when I walked in, he gonna give me a little brown paper bag, and I'll just get all my little deuces there and then just pay when I go, and then I'll roll my bag down, throw it in my backpack, and hit it. So it's like a 20-minute walk, like 25-minute walk from school to my mom's job. Insane. So crazy. So like I could have got kidnapped. I could have got...
Dude, so much shit could have happened to us. So much shit. And we were fucking lucky that nothing happened to us. Like the shit that we put ourselves in, like I wouldn't, like I said before, I don't even let Supernatural Bear go get the mail.
You can't look outside. Like let alone walk like somewhere.
I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna be right here. I'm gonna watch you from the garage. It's like just down the driveway, but the thing is on the street, so he has to get on the street. There's no sidewalk because it's desert right here. It's no sidewalk, so he has to open the thing with his back to the street, and the street is like no one rarely drives down the street. But still,
that day,
no,
insane.
Yeah, so it's different timers. All right, then, Relly. So for this year, we're going to try to continue the once a month situation.
Yeah. And we're going to get back to talking about our high school days.
Yeah, so now we're back. We're in high school, and
'Cause we got some high school stories. I'm
do.
thinking of some. We got some.
We do. We got to write them down. When you think of them now, put it down in your phone, and then have it out at the ready for the next
Yep.
one. And then if you have any questions, if you have any comments, DM us. You could email us at hola@wordtoyourmama.com. And let us know what were your favorite Mexican candies growing up. Were you pumped full of lead like we were?
We're still strong.
Like, what are your, do you like horchata? What's your favorite agua fresca?
Yes.
Now I got to show you those apples, and then the mangonazos. Like, I want one of those.
Oh, yes.
The
I just want the fruit
Toasty
cup.
Locos.
What's the Toasty Locos? Oh, the little chip things?
Yeah, they open it, and then they put all the shit, chamoy and chile and da-da-da. That's making my mouth water, too.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, and then what was that other thing?
San Diego has all that, like, closer to the border, of course, but everywhere. But there's some spots by my sister's house.
I bet.
Yes. Down Main Street. Raspados,
yeah. All day, man. All day. Yeah. Because it's talking about the fruits and the veggies, the fruit man, or the fruit woman.
I want a cup, baby. I want a cup.
And then Rocco's always like, I'm like, I'll make it at home. I'll get some pepino, and I'll get some stuff, and I'll put the Trader Joe's ones is my favorite. Fuck tajin. Like, I like the
chili lime.
Yeah, that's my favorite. And he's always like, do you want some? He goes, no, I don't want savory with my fruit.
You're missing out, buddy. You're missing
You
out.
didn't grow up Mexican.
Savory.
He's like, I'd rather not have savory with my fruit.
You don't know.
I'm gonna suit yourself.
Lord,
more for me.
My goodness. The lime squeeze. That's funny.
But the Supernatural Bear is all about it. Sometimes on the weekend, like, we'll be chilling. I'll be like, you want a snack? So now he makes it for me too sometimes. I won't even ask him. He'll come with these little molcajete, like plastic molcajete things.
Yes.
And he'll have chips with lemon and tapatio. And I was like, you're Mexican, mijo. I was like, you're Mexican.
Look at it. Yes. Watch him work. He working. I
was like, there's no doubt about it.
God.
I always say when he's like into the like super sour chile shit, I was like, that's your Mexican and your Korean side.
Yes, all
right?
together.
All day. Like, that's the Korean Mexican side. They go well together.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to have some kind of Mexican delight today just because of this. I don't know what it's going to be. Well, I did have a quesadilla this morning, but I'm talking more exclusive. I'm going to make something just because I have that taste in my mouth now. It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
we've been drinking so many palomas. Palomas are
good. So you would squirt, like we talked about.
With squirt, for sure.
Squirt.
I've been drinking those on a regular, but I'm giving it up for now because
bit.
Gotta get back fine.
Maybe just weekends. Maybe just on the weekend.
My days off, 2 days.
Yeah.
Because that soda ain't no joke, bro.
Yeah.
I just try to put a little soda, then I kind of mix it with some lemon lime bubbly water.
Say. Cut it a little bit.
Yeah,
you got to cut it.
Hey, can you do the jerk? Did I ask you that?
Yeah, I could. You mean
the reject? The reject.
I could do the reject. I tried it in the bathroom alone so that I wouldn't be embarrassed. I could totally do it.
Oh Lord!
You won't be seeing me do it on video, but I can do it. Yeah.
Has the Supernatural Bear tried it?
No, and he won't be able to do it.
Oh. No, of course not. No one can hardly do it. Like, that's the funny part when people, they're like, oh, I can do it when they see it, but when they start trying to do it,
I need I've only tried it twice. I need a little, like, a little prep up. Like, do you know what I mean?
Sometimes I think, but I can't do it, and then I'll be like, okay,
I gotta think of the song and then like be like, okay, kind of like when you're going into double dutch, like you got to be like, okay,
yes.
okay, go now, go.
Because if you don't, you'll be doing some other dance. Yes.
It is funny to see the videos of the people trying. They're just kind of like stepping back, like,
or they're stepping forward, or just up and down. Like, it's funny as hell. I'm like,
it also
okay.
helps when you bend your knees. I think
You
that's what
gotta
people
bend your
aren't
knee.
doing. People aren't doing, and so you're kind of like stuck. It like limits your range of motion.
It's
So
just
you need
funny.
to bend your knees.
Oh my gosh, so funny, so
Oh,
funny.
good timers. All right then, Relly. Anything else for the first episode of 2022?
Hey, this is it. We coming on strong. We about to start talking about these high school days. We're gonna be killing y'all with laughter. So this is funny because I'm already thinking of a story, and I know Marissa got input on this.
Give us a teaser. Give us a teaser.
So the little teaser is gonna have to do with a football game.
Oh,
Somebody got slapped.
That's gonna be funny because it's gonna be funny. Your side of the story and then
And
my
your
side of the story.
And we were there at the same time.
We were there at the same time, but one was all up in it,
Oh
aka
my God.
me, and one was an observer.
I was confused as hell. Like, don't know how to handle this situation right
The
now.
tension was thick.
Oh man. So yeah.
Oh, that's gonna be funny. That's gonna be funny. And you know what's also funny is that because it was so long ago, and like even with Joey and Martha saying like, there's like, did this happen on this year or like
Right.
junior year, senior
Yes.
year? I don't know. Like it's.
So this definitely happened, I think, when I was in 11th grade. Because I think he was in the 10th grade. So I know, because I was older. So I know, because you came at 11th grade, remember?
Yeah, I did. I came at 11th grade.
So
yeah.
I think this definitely was 11th grade. I don't feel like it was a senior situation.
Hilarious.
Because, in the senior times, I was talking to Felipe.
Oh yeah, Felipe.
I got stories.
Shout
for
out to
his ass,
Felipe.
too. Nah, fuck that fool. He's a fool. Fuck him.
Oh
You-
yeah, we
you.
gotta talk about that shit too.
Yes, you. Felipe
Foreign Plaza.
Linares. Fucking
Foreign
fool.
Plaza.
When I beat your baby mama ass.
A lot of shit happened at Horn
Why
Plaza.
are we so
for us.
violent? Violent. But people
It
just
was
want to make us violent.
at Horn Plaza, and Horn Plaza is it's not really.
It doesn't exist anymore.
It doesn't exist anymore. But it was like at the time was the fanciest indoor outdoor mall. It was in downtown San Diego when they were beginning the revitalization of downtown
Of
San
gas
Diego.
lamp. Yes.
Gaslamp Quarter, excuse.
We didn't know it as Gaslamp. We knew it as grimy ass San Diego,
It was
downtown
hella
San
grimy.
Diego.
And then all of a sudden they put this beautiful thing in. It was like Nordstrom's and da-da-da. So we go there, but we'd hang out there. So there was like fights in the parking lot.
From like noon till 7 at night.
And it was like almost fights with what's her name? Annika. And like calling out motherfuckers and talking to old, like we were
my
like
God.
15, talking to 26 it was just a whole thing.
What was we doing?
That's its own, also little side stories for days.
Yes. So we're definitely going to dig into that for sure. For sure. It's funny.
All right then, really.
Till next time.
Till next time, is
Peace.
peace. And now introducing
The Supernatural Bear Corner. Supernatural Bear. Hello, everyone. I am the SMB, and today we are going to talk about some of our favorite Mexican candies. So, an obvious one, and probably one of the healthier ones, get that right out of the way, frutas con chile. Now, not the, pepper, not that chile. It's a chile blend. It's a Mexican chile blend, and a lot of people like to get it and put it on fruits such as, apples, oranges, sometimes even strawberries too. Yeah, strawberries. That's actually really good. And Miss Ritzy P, aka Mama, what is one of your favorites?
Oh, I talked about it already in the episode.
Oh, yeah, I listened to none of the episode.
Because it's explicit.
Please believe it. But anyway, you guys know some of her favorite episodes and some of the guest favorite episodes as well.
Tell the people how you enjoyed Oasis.
And my mom and I recently went on a great trip to San Diego to her, her home neighborhood, and we went to this thing called Oasis It is a Mexican ice cream place, and oh my god, it tasted so good. It had the best strawberry and lime sorbet I had ever tasted. It melted in your mouth. It felt like if ice cream, sorbet, and whatever's above the clouds or something just combined into like this amazingness that I don't think should even be real. Like, oh my god, I can't even describe how good it was. And back when my mama was a kid, she used to do 1 scoop of strawberry on the bottom, then another scoop of lime, and then another scoop of strawberry on the top. And we tried that, and the sorbet / ice cream scoops got ginormous. So they got
Just need 1 and 1 now.
much bigger. Now I just need 1 and 1. I prefer the strawberry. I would prefer the strawberry on the bottom because I like the strawberry just a little bit more than the lime. I've always been more strawberry dude than lime dude. But anyway, those are some of my favorite Mexican candies. So yeah, this has been the SMB.
Yeah. There you have it, folks. Episode 66 of Word to Your Mama. Relatives 13. Relatives 13. Great way to start the relative situation for 2022s. You heard it. If you are in the San Diego Imperial Beach area, make sure to go visit Oasis Ice Cream Parlor. There's a link in the show notes. Also, within the next couple of weeks, hopefully, finally be able to make the new announcement. There's more new things happening. You already know, if you listened to last week's episode, the introduction of the Nerd Out coming over to Word to Your Mama once a month. So we got that once a month. We got the relatives once a month. Then we got some amazing interviews coming up. And then, yeah, I got some more exciting news in the works for the futures. So, yeah, let us know. What are some of your favorite Mexican candies with or without lead? And if you tried the new sugar-free chamoy, the I Love Chamoy company, let us know how that has been working out for you. So, yes, you guys know all the different ways to support. Tell your folks, tell your peeps, and tell your friends. You could be a patron. You can donate directly like Mireya did, like I mentioned earlier. You could go to our store and buy something. Also, we got that new thing, buy us a coffee, aka buy us a whiskey. And it could be a one-time situation or it could be an ongoing situation. But again, muchísimas gracias that you guys reach out. Please leave the reviews. Please star it up. We gotta get this to as many people as possible. And as always, we reap. Word to Your Mama is produced and owned by Ritzy P. Intro beat produced by Nico Beats. Relatives intro produced by Howie T. If you want to learn all there is to know about Word to Your Mama, head over to wordtoyourmama.com. And as always, Word to Your Mama is brought to you by ritzyperiwinkle.com.